As we wait for the release of Horizon Forbidden West, the story of Aloy and Talana continues in issue 1 of the Horizon Zero Dawn comic series. Before we dive into our recap and breakdown, if you missed our video discussing issue 0, be sure to watch that first to be all caught up on Horizon's continued story. We will be discussing story details from the comic and the game, so spoilers ahead. Having departed from Meridian closing the last installment, Talana finds herself face to face with the subject of her contract from the Hunter's Lodge. Despite the contract being only specified for a single machine, the situation in fact is far more dangerous. Here we see the first canonical appearance of a new machine, the Claw Strider. Not just one, mind you, but 3. Spotted and without backup, the Sunhawk attempts to find shelter. In pursuit, one of the predators sets off a tripwire set by another hunter, causing a small rock slide, but Talana is able to avoid injury. Wedging herself into a small cave, the huntress makes her stand, egging on the machines. As a Claw Strider attempts to claim its prey, Talana wedges her spear through the lower jaw and into the machine's skull. Though defeated, the beast did leave its mark. In its charge forward, the machine's razor-sharp claws manage to pierce deep into Talana's abdomen, leaving her grievously wounded. In her overwhelming pain and agony, her vision darkens until she falls unconscious. When she wakes, she is no longer in danger, nor in the same place as she fell. Instead, she finds herself in a cave made into a primitive dwelling, her wounds mysteriously cleaned and bandaged. Looking about, she sees healing herbs hanging from the ceiling, enough food to last someone for several days, along with her bow and spear close by. She also spots a makeshift spear that she says could belong to any tribe, but when she sees some scrolls written in a familiar language, she easily determines they are of Karja origin. Making her way out of the shelter, she begins to find her bearings, spotting the village of Rising Light in the distance, the settlement her contract was commissioned from. Peering down from the cave entrance, several Karja appear to be tailing a machine through the jungle. There, chasing a Claw Strider, is the very group she had denied the contract to. As she had predicted, Chiron's group is amateurish at best. Instead of bringing down the Claw Strider, their arrows fly wide of their target, and instead bring down several grazers that happen to be in the area. Impatient and brash, Chiron orders his men to leave the machines without harvesting their parts to pursue their prize. Not only does this completely waste the kill, but so close to the village it can also attract dangerous scavenger-class machines, or in this instance, another kind of scavenger. In the clearing, as the threat passes, Talana spots a small boy beginning to do some harvesting of his own. The boy, named Talvo, doesn't seem to show much concern for the Sunhawk's warnings of danger, appearing to have done this routine several times before. However, this time, danger does find them. As a Claw Strider doubles back to the site, Talana steps forward to protect the boy despite her own injuries. Just then, though, a smoke bomb detonates in front of the machine. In the haze, the two of them escape along with the individual responsible for the diversion. Once out of harm's way, Talvo is able to leave safely. The man, known only to the boy simply as the Man in the Woods, expresses that Talana should leave as well, along with her friends, referring to Chiron and his cronies. Talana goes on to point out that she is not affiliated with their blundering, but rather here to keep those in the village safe. The man insists that if she really wanted to help, she and the other hunters would leave. We soon find out that the man's name is Amadis, and he was responsible for nursing Talana back to health. Still persistent to hunt down the threat, she states her reasoning to him. It's not for honor. Rising Light, that boy, none of them are safe. The one with the black armor is a new breed, deadlier than the rest. The story then flashes back, seeing Aloy and her hawk finding each other while bringing down a sawtooth. They both reflect on their restless spirits driving them away from Meridian after the Battle of the Elite. As they discuss, they happen upon the aftermath of an attack, a Karja supply cart with some 4 individuals left in ruin on the road. Using her focus, Aloy is able to find the machine's tracks and set out after the new threat. Sprinting down the road, the two hear a cry for help and set out after it, thus ending this chapter of the story. Another interesting piece added to the expanded story. Unlike the last issue, this one had less supplementing information concerning the world at large. However, before the story begins, there is a small section elaborating on the details of the Claw Strider itself. It states the following. Class, Combat, Habitat, Any. Description. Covered from head to tail in razor-sharp plates and equipped with vicious claws on both feet and forelimbs, Claw Striders are extremely dangerous at close range. These fast, agile combat class machines operate in small packs and will tirelessly pursue their quarry, even if it means jumping across chasms or scrambling up elevations. Claw Striders closely guard their territory and the herds of machines within, preying on any hunter who approaches. It appears Hephaestus has once again raised the stakes on the effectiveness of his machine hunters with this latest creation, appearing to take on a similar role as Watchers, but obviously far more dangerous and mobile. Another point of note that some have been curious about is the situation with the lands Silence gave to Aloy. The last we saw of it in-game, it was left in the core that held Hades after the subfunction had been purged from a nervous transmission array. In a section dedicated to Aloy at the beginning of the book, it says this: "Armed with a powerful high-tech spear and an ancient device that can decipher digital data, Aloy is the greatest machine hunter of her age." She is also seen using the lance later in the story, apparently confirming that she retrieved her weapon before departing from the City of the Sun in the last issue. Finally, we're left wondering what the identity of this new black armored machine could be. Most machines we know are protected with white plates of a substance known as plasteel, including these new Claw Striders. Stalkers are indeed clad in black plating, but these have been known and documented by the Carja for some time, as we see in the scanned glyph Legendary Hunts. Chariot Line Pharaohbots are also black, but they are anything but new to the world of Horizon. Additionally, all of the new machines we were privileged to witness in the release trailer don't seem to match the description given by Talana either, meaning the next issue of the comic may provide us with an entirely new machine that we have once again never seen before. Where is Aloy at present? Who is this mysterious hunter Amadis, and what kind of machine is looming in the shadows ready to attack the unsuspecting villagers of Rising Light? Hopefully more will be revealed in issue 2 as Talana's journey continues. And that brings our journey to an end. If you'd like to see more content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated, and if you really like what we're doing here at the channel, come join our community, hit subscribe, and ring that bell. Also consider supporting the channel on Patreon so we can continue making content just like this. Check out the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and keep questing.